I've been using Claude 3.7 Sonnet to generate a lot of content for my website and also for my client's website. And generally, I like the quality of content it produces. However, the day of Claude 3.5 Sonnet seems to be over as a new, arguably better model has emerged. So Anthropic just launched the Claude 3.7 Sonnet AI model, which according to their own benchmark appears to be better than OpenAI, DeepSeek, and Grok 3. It is better at coding, math, physics, and complex questions. But benchmark aside, how does this model perform on day-to-day tasks, especially for research and content creation? Well, I have done some testing and here's everything you need to know about Claude 3.7 Sonnet. First, Claude 3.7 Sonnet is a hybrid AI model that combines traditional and reasoning models in one package. And apparently this is the first on the market. Basically, it will analyze your prompt and will decide whether it requires a long chain of thought thinking, also known as reasoning, or if it can be answered by a simpler and faster model. I think that's a very interesting approach for general users because this way they don't have to worry too much about the prompting as the AI will do the heavy lifting for you. So on the test, I tried making a piece of content using Claude 3.7 Sonnet and it automatically enabled the reasoning model, which took about a minute to finish. I can see how it addresses my prompt, dissect it into pieces, and finish the task in about a minute or so. But then how does the content look like? Well, from what I can tell, it is detailed, it covers a lot of different scenarios, it follows an essay structure and still maintains Claude's signature writing style. Basically, it doesn't create a long wall of text or paragraph the way OpenAI models do. Claude, as usual, has tons of white spaces, which makes reading or scanning the content a lot more comfortable. Honestly, I hope more AI models emulate this type of writing because humans don't like seeing a wall of text when reading something on the internet. Although I really like the writing style, unfortunately, it still hallucinates. For example, it's referring to a viral TikTok post that doesn't exist. And that's why I prefer running Claude 3.7 Sonnet on Perplexity AI because at the very least, it can access the internet so the chance of hallucination is minimum. But the one thing that blew my mind is the length of the content that it can generate. So just to give you some context, when Claude 3.5 Sonnet was released back in June 2024, achieving a 1000 plus word article wasn't always consistent. At the time, I was mostly only able to generate between 1000 to 1500 words. Even that requires a somewhat complex prompting. This is a big problem because some content needs to be longer than 2000 words. So the solution at the time was to generate half the content first, then another half later. But on Claude 3.7 Sonnet, the context window is expanded to 128,000, allowing the model to produce a longer response without complication. I was able to get 2300 words for this article. Then I run the same prompt again on Perplexity AI and it produced a slightly longer article at 2600 words. And I think that's more impressive considering that it has to read more resources from multiple websites but still able to output more tokens. But it is worth mentioning that to use Claude 3.7 Sonnet on Perplexity, you have to be on its $20 per month subscription. It sounds to be a bit expensive, but if you want to give it a try, I will leave the $10 discount code in the video description. Anyway, this model seems to have a major improvement on the coding skill. In fact, Anthropic also released Claude Code, which is a coding tool that can be controlled with just prompting. Initially, I want to give it a try, but unfortunately the sign up is full, so I guess we have to wait until it opens again. Fortunately, we don't have to use Claude Code to ask Claude to code. On the web interface, we can ask it to generate a chart or an SVG image that later can be used in an article. I asked it to generate an illustration of a happy dog surrounded by toys, but unfortunately the result is all over the place. There is an object that kinda resembles a dog, but everything else looks random. So I simplified the prompt to just generate a picture of a happy dog in an SVG format, and it produced a more coherent picture of a dog. Alternatively, you can ask it to generate popular online tools like calculators and converters to be embedded onto a website. This is actually a new tactic to make a page more interactive and increase engagement. I have made a video exactly on that topic, you should check it out. But I do need to mention that in the demo, they seem to be using the extended thinking mode to produce an interactive simulation. For your information, extended thinking is one step more advanced than reasoning, and that's part of the reason it is only available on the Pro subscription on the official Claude.ai website. Still, I think the regular and reasoning capabilities that are available on the free version are already way better than previous models. By the way, I'm not sure whether the model used in Perplexity AI is regular 3.7 Sonnet or the extended version. I checked their announcement on Discord, but it wasn't specified. Regardless, I'm so happy by the fact that Claude 3.7 Sonnet is able to perform deep thinking, produce a coherent content, and most importantly, a much longer response. Also, it has a bigger context window at the same pricing as the previous model, although I was expecting it to be cheaper, but that's perfectly acceptable. So in the end, I think Claude 3.7 Sonnet is a big win for anyone who likes to produce a long piece of content while still sounding natural and human. And if you're using Perplexity AI to produce content, check out my video on hidden tips and tricks to make SEO-friendly blog posts on Perplexity AI, and I'll see you on that video. And if you're a marketer, content creator, or website owner, consider subscribing to this channel. And in any case, thank you so much for watching and have a great day.